Hello, my people. Good day to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. Today, I want us to look at how to do things differently, all right? How to do things a little bit differently. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. You can start a new life by doing the same old things a little differently today. You can literally start a new life by doing the same old things a little differently today. That is the mind shift that I want us to think about. We live in a world that is addicted to the dramatic, all right? Breaking news syndrome, the all or nothing mentality. Quit your job and go to Bali. Sell everything and start over. Reinvent yourself from scratch. See, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, yes, radical change in our life is necessary. But most often than not, your next chapter doesn't begin with a brand new book. It begins by changing your penmanship, the way you write in the same old notebook. See, most of us underestimate the power of daily habits, of our daily habits, because they feel boring, they feel automatic, they feel repetitive. All is become a routine now. They are too small to matter. But I believe our life is not made in our dreams. It is made in our days. Our life is not made in our dreams. It is made in our days. Think about your morning routine. Maybe that cup of tea or cup of coffee. I'm preparing one now. The drive to work, the walk to the bus stop, the way you greet your family or friends. See, you do these things every day, and you probably don't think much about them. But what if you shifted how you do them? What if you took that same cup of tea and used this as a moment to breathe deeply, to set an intention, to say a prayer to yourself or to God, or to give thanks? What if instead of rushing through traffic, you used that particular commute to listen to something uplifting, not just distracting, something that uplifts your soul? What if you looked your loved ones in the eye and said their name with love, not just robotic routine like Mike, come over, but with devotion and with absolute adoration? That is not a new life, right? You haven't changed cities, you have not changed careers, but you have absolutely changed your experience. And that, my friend, is where life really shifts. Let's go a little bit deeper. Every time that you do something differently, even slightly, your brain rewires. Do you understand me? It becomes more present, more attentive, more alive. You break free from autopilot and you start flying manual again. Consider this. Someone who has been walking the same trail for years may start missing the trees, the birds, the clouds, because they've become too familiar. But the day they decide to walk that same trail backward or walk it slower, they see everything newly. Why? Not because the trail or the path has changed, but because they changed their pace, they changed their perspective. They start noticing things. Same road, different experience. The greatest breakthroughs, I believe, don't always come from changing everything. They come from seeing what you've stopped seeing and choosing to engage with them differently. That, I believe, is the art of living awake, and it is available to you today. See, let us shift into something real here. Many of us are living from a script that we did not even write. Default settings that is passed down from culture, upbringing, trauma, or even laziness. You brush your teeth the same way. You respond to stress the same way. You approach conflict the same way. You even dream the same way. Limited. But what if today you stopped? You paused for 5 minutes and questioned the default. What if instead of arguing in your usual way, you asked a question instead? What if instead of reacting to fear, you paused to listen to what is the fear is really teaching you? What if you took your same responsibilities, but you approached them with more presence, more patience, and more perspective? To me, that is not abandonment. That is evolution. And the key is this: you don't have to wait for the new year. You don't need a crisis to force a change. You don't need a new job or a new relationship or a new location. You need a new perspective, a new lens for the same old view. Let me talk to those of you who feel stuck in a maintenance phase of life. Same job, same partner, same home, same duties. See, you're managing, but you are not flourishing. You are functioning, but you are not feeling fully alive. See, you don't need to destroy everything. That is a lie the world sells to you to distract you from the truth. The truth is, if you bring meaning into your maintenance, you won't just manage your life. You will magnify it. And how do you do that? You infuse intention into what you're already doing. When you fold your laundry, instead of rushing, you think about who is going to wear those clothes and you send love their way. When you cook, you think about the nourishment that you are providing and you are grateful. When you work, you see how your tasks impact other people. Even if it's a small part of a bigger machine, you see how it impacts them. Meaning transforms monotony, the same old life, but it can become a brand new world with the right intention. Let me confront this lie head on. The same old is not the enemy. Your relationship to the same old is the real problem. We say things like, it's the same old routine, I'm tired of these same old issues, as if the question or the repetition is inherently bad. But repetition is how we grow stronger. Think about exercise for a minute. Think about mastery. Think about music. It is repetition with little variation here and there that builds excellence. If you feel stuck, or if your life feels stuck, it might not be because it is too familiar. It might be because you've stopped evolving within the familiar. So maybe it is not time to throw away the life that you've built. Maybe it is time to steer it in differently, to steer it in a different direction, to steer it totally different. The same way you can take basic ingredients like flour, sugar, and egg and make 100 different recipes, you can take your existing life the way it is and create a brand new flavor from it. See, let's talk about courage, because it takes courage to make these changes. Most people don't lack capacity, they lack courage. And not even the big dramatic jump off a cliff kind of courage. No, I'm talking about the micro courage, the tiny act of bravery that stack up to a brand new life. It takes courage to change your tone when you speak to someone you've always argued with. It takes courage to eat a little healthier today, even when no one sees it. It takes courage to speak affirmations into your mirror instead of criticism. It takes courage to say, this is not working for me anymore, even when it is subtle. These small shifts, these small mind shifts are not soft. They are strategic, and they compound over time. Your future self is not built on one grand action, one grand gesture. No, it is built on one micro courage at a time. See, you want to know one of the fastest ways to shift your life? Rediscover wonder. Wonder turns repetition into revelation. Ask a child how they feel about puddles. They see magic, where adults see mud. What changed? It is perspective. You can drink the same coffee today, but smell it deeper. You can sit with the same spouse today, but listen with fresh ears. All right. You can walk your dog, but look at the sky like it's your first time seeing it. This is not childish. This is childlike, and it is sacred. Wonder is the gateway to transformation because it shifts the ordinary into the extraordinary. And the best part, you don't need money, you don't need connections or credentials to find wonder. You just need to pay attention. A lot of us wait until we hit rock bottom to finally make changes. Don't be one of them. If your spirit is whispering that something needs to change, honor that whisper. Start today. It doesn't have to be massive. In fact, let it be manageable. Let it be meaningful. Rearrange your desk, all right? Rearrange your bedroom. Light a candle. Write a message. Go for a 10-minute walk. Journal for 5 minutes. Pray. Stretch. Rest. The shift is not in the size of the act. The shift is in the spirit behind it. When you decide to do the same old thing with a new attitude, a new awareness, or a new intention, you have started a new life right here and right now. So, your new life is not somewhere out there. It is hidden in your habits, in your thoughts,